Are the prices of used cars getting you down? Feeling like you'll never be able to get out of your beater? So, you ready to move up in the world? Well, we have a list of 7 cars that won't break the bank, but will also make it look as though your home business is really taking off. From the perfect high roller villain car to supercar sounds on a budget. These cars will look like they were worth 10 times what they actually cost. So really, the joke is on them. And if you're new here, well, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and buckle up, because these are the 7 cheap luxury cars that look expensive, but they're not. So, of course, there's only one logical place to start, and that is with the Mac Daddy of all luxury cars, the Mercedes S-Class. The S-Class has been the top of the range luxury car from Mercedes since its inception in 1972. Mercedes loves to adorn the S-Class with all the bells and whistles. These same features become standard on cars far down market years later, making even a 10-year-old S-Class feel just as current as pretty much any other car, but with far more class. Take a look at this S55 AMG with under 100,000 miles listed for under 11 grand. That is a huge bargain, ladies and gentlemen, especially when it costs over 6 figures brand new. And with 355 horsepower and 391 foot-pounds of torque on tap, this naturally aspirated V8 will absolutely blow away other cars while keeping you feeling fly. Active suspension makes this Autobahn bruiser ride softer than the Napa leather sports seats you'll be sitting in. But Brad, a used German luxury car with a hand-built motor? You gotta be joking, right? The cost to service that will be ridiculous. Sure, there's a stigma on used luxury cars, but some research, good buying skills, and a willingness to turn a wrench yourself will save you a ton of money on repairs. This stigma is the whole reason you can find well taken care of examples for pennies on the dollar. And of course, a German Autobahn bruiser may not be everyone's style. Maybe you need to carry around your dog and still look as good as they get. Say hello to the LEXUS RX 450h. And LEXUS has become synonymous with luxury. This hybrid SUV is no different. Packed full of tech and leather-adorned surfaces, the RX will impress anyone, including your passengers, with reclining rear seats and an absolutely banging audio system with aux and Bluetooth in 2011. And for being 10 years old, this premium SUV punches up there with brand new cars. And the 295 horsepower hybrid will get you 30 miles to the gallon, and you'll be able to pass others with ease, and also be passing gas stations along the way. Adding to the wallet happy savings from buying this used gem, we found this RX 450h in all-wheel drive spec for under 15,000 bucks. I'd say that's a pretty good deal for a car that costs 50K new and comes with Japanese reliability. But do cargo space, efficiency, and reliability not get you going? Would you rather be loud, brash, and flashy? Then this next car is right for you and me. It's the Maserati GRANSPORT. Nothing evokes passion and supercar luxury like the Italians, and that is certainly true here. The curvaceous body and leather-lined interior, all wrapped around a Ferrari-derived 4.2-liter V8 and a Cambio Corsa F1 paddle transmission, this luxury coupe 2+2 will turn heads from the sound alone. Keep them looking your way with its beautiful looks. Yes, of course, owning a used Ferrari-powered car is likely not going to be nice on your wallet, but you'll impress everyone when you turn up to the local Cars and Coffee. Plus, they don't have to know that you bought this $105,000 supercar for less than 20,000 bucks with under 70K on the clock. That has to be one of the best deals that we have seen for so much car. But maybe you want to be a little bit more like me and get some of that V8 Audi sweetness, but without the supercar price tag, then, well, look no further than the A8L. And if you thought the S-Class was nice, wait until you sit in one of these. While the 4.2-liter V8 puts out slightly less power than the Mercedes, the exhaust is where it really comes to life. Yes, this engine is nearly the same as the R8, but shoved into an all-wheel drive super saloon. Add together some of the finest tech and luxury items in the automotive industry, and you have a truly epic ride, whether you are driving or being chauffeured. Even the rear seats are electrically adjusted, heated, have their own mirror, and have a separate rear dual zone heating and air conditioning. This would be probably the best option for impressing your new girlfriend's parents when you take them out to dinner and max out your credit cards. Wait, don't do that. But you really don't have to be rich to afford this 4-seater super saloon. We found this 2010 model in black with one of the best interior color combos we have seen for $16,000, and it has under 90,000 miles on it. Heck, maybe we should add this one to the ideal car fleet. Have you ever seen Audis in the snow? And it can snow a lot in the Pacific Northwest. Well, if we like it, that is a pretty good praise. Did you know what else we like? A good rebranding. And we have to give it to Hyundai, which rhymes with Sunday, for what they did with the Genesis lineup. Genesis has just been making major improvements over the last few years, battling the German Autobahn slayers with similar luxury, but also the reliability of a Hyundai. Believe me, I never thought I'd say that, but it's true. And a Genesis is probably gonna cost way less to own than a comparable 5 Series. And the best part about the G80 is, these are not technically Hyundais now. So when people ask you what you drive, you don't have to say Hyundai. This beauty packs all the gear with some oomph to go with it, putting out the same power as a 5 Series, but instead of a turbo inline 6, we get a nice, throaty, naturally aspirated V6. Being the newest car on our list, the Genesis certainly has more new tech. Heads-up display, big touch screens, modern audio systems, and power everything. And while we certainly think the G80 fits the bill, you'll still be stuck with the stigma the South Korean makers have been stuck with since the early 90s, and that is cheapness. You won't see any cheapness, but you know haters, they're gonna hate. Now, I know one car that haters won't hate on, and it's my honorable mention, baby. Get in on the wrong side of your very own Toyota Crown. And this one is from my boy Squid. Dude just loves good JDM imports. And really, you should too. We were able to find a 10th generation Crown in Texas for sale for only 10,000 bucks. Why is that a deal? Well, let me spell it out for you. JZ. Yeah, the Crown came packing with the legendary engine code JZ, either the 2.5 liter 1JZ like the one in Texas, or if you're lucky, you can find one with a 3 liter 2JZ. Not the GTE, but still. Either engine is bulletproof and pretty tunable. Now, the Crown may not be the newest in tech or the most powerful, but it will still stand out in a crowd. No one else will be pulling up like some high-ranking Yakuza boss to the country club. The Crown definitely has Mercedes estate vibes. Looking baller, even if it's a bit dated. Just remember to bring a friend if you're going through the drive-thru. And being a Toyota will actually give you 2 other benefits as well. One, it will be super reliable, and while parts may take more time to get to the US, they will be Toyota priced. And 2, people will not pay too much attention to you on the road. Yeah, I know some people think luxury cars should shout bling bling, but flying under the radar also means you don't get noticed by law enforcement as much either. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And I'm actually kind of surprised Squid hasn't gone and bought this one yet. Add in one of the most comfortable looking interiors made in a long time, and you can have a real cannonball contender. Someone let Ed Bullion know that these exist. That would be a badass ride across the country. Speaking of badass, or maybe more baddie, we saved the baddest for lastest. And you're definitely gonna wanna stick around and hear what I have to say about this one, because it is a total baddie. Because if you've ever wanted to play a Bond villain, then this is the car for you. Jaguar XKR Coupe. Even Jaguar admitted that they are the car for every villain to drive British villains.
Have you ever noticed how in Hollywood movies all the villains are played by Brits?
2015 One Show Automobile Advertising of the Year finalist. No one's gonna mess with you driving this Jag, that is for sure. And many more people will have trouble keeping up with your 4.2 liter supercharged V8. And this puppy produces 420 horsepower and 413 foot-pounds of torque. You're gonna be able to run from an M16 as fast as you need to. Though here at Ideal, we don't condone breaking the law, but with adaptive suspension and one of the best automatic transmissions of its era, this Jag will leave you feeling happy with your purchase. Topping $100,000 when it came out, the depreciation is real. But not to worry, as the electrical and build quality issues of old Jaguars are not present. Ever since their rebranding with the XK's predecessor, the XK8, Jaguar has done a wonderful job making top quality vehicles. And depending on which options were ticked when new, these came with a lot of tech. Adaptive cruise control, power seats, premium sound, leather everywhere, and the list goes on. While these may not be the newest car on the block, they will turn heads and make people wonder what it is you do for a living. Not that you have to make big bucks if you employ the ideal strategies. You'll get the best deal on these 7 luxury cars that look expensive, but really aren't. Don't worry though, we will keep that secret. So don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you're in the know for all the best deals on the internet. I've been Danger, this has been an awesome video to make for you guys, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.